Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, baby. Giving you these thoughts, views, and opinions, making sure backsides covered, no diddy. Shout out to the Wake and Bakers and the Coffee Crew. From YouTube to Spotify, I love all my subscribers. Can't forget about the trolls in the comments. Thank you for putting extra eyes on the content. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in.
The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show No Filter are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody in the building. It's the Flow Show No Filter every Monday through Friday at 8:30-ish a.m. I have to say ish because sometimes it be 8:35, 8:38. You know, it's a live show. Sometimes Wi-Fi be tripping. You know how it go. What's going on, Tiffany, Marie, Melvin in the building? Tiffany Marie say, I thank God for your content. You know everything that we all got to know. Oh, yeah, I go always going to give y'all the news and the content y'all need and the content y'all want. What's going on? Who we are? Let's do roll call this morning. Who we got? We got the Island Girl in the building. We got Miss Sweet too. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. 1 in the chat if you can hear me. What's up, Tracy? Desi, C Tuck. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Sweet Tooth. What's up? Sharon, I see you. Fliz. And if it's anybody who this your first time catching a live, let us know in the chat so we can give you a warm welcome. If this is your first time witnessing a Flow Show No Filter live podcast, baby. I see a whole bunch of ones. I see a whole bunch of ones coming in that chat. We about to get started. It's time to cook. What is going on? Good morning to everybody. Tawanda, I see you. Charles, I see you. Cher, I see you. Stephanie, I see you. I see you. Everybody, come on in. Come on in. Let's get started. Is it just me or is this Epstein news some of the craziest news we done had in a long time? Celebrities are shaking in their boots, and I like it. All right, everybody say what's up to Kelly Anderson. She says her first time in a live. Everybody say what's up to Kelly Anderson. Kelly, where are you from? This is Kelly first time. Everybody say what's up, Kelly, in the chat. Kelly Anderson, where you from? Where you from? I always like to give a special warm welcome to all my newbies. Okay, we got another Tawana Randall first time in the chat. Anita says, hey, Kelly. Anita, Island Girl say, hi, Kelly. Everybody get acquainted. Tiffany Marie, also her first time. Cher, we got a lot of first timers today. Come on in, y'all. Well, today I ain't gonna hold y'all. We got, the biggest news going on right now is the relationship between Jay-Z, the relationship between Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein is causing chaos. And it's causing chaos not only for the whole world, but the NFL. The NFL is facing oh, hold on. We got Jesse says, I fuck with your live, man. Keep that news coming as them facts showing the lights. Show us the light you speak about. Oh, I always do. Somebody said, I love watching your fucking content. Y'all are the best, y'all. I mean, we're going to get started. But you know me, I always got to acknowledge every time somebody showed me love and I see it, I got to show love back. And y'all love my content. And it's still every day, I still don't quite understand, because all I am is just a natural. I just give y'all what come from my heart, what I feel like is important, and I just say it and I just amplify the message. I don't do anything. I don't do anything amazing. I just speak from the heart. And the same way I am here on live is exactly how I am in real life. So it really just is humbling. And I really appreciate that so many of y'all love my content, because I'm only being myself and doing what I think is right and sharing what I think needs to be shared. And the fact that y'all love that, I love y'all. So, mushy all the mushiness to the side. We're gonna unpack Jay-Z, what's going on with him and Harvey Weinstein, the Epstein files, and just deep dive a little bit into this Harvey Weinstein's whole situation. Now, the day before yesterday, I dropped a video that had a clip that showed Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein at some red carpet event together. Now, as they were on this red carpet, as they walked this red carpet, a reporter asked Jay-Z a question about Trump. It was something about, what do you think about Trump's stance on mass incarceration? Something to that effect. And Jay-Z looked spooked for some reason. I don't know why. Jay-Z looked shook. He looked scared. He looked like he might have peed his pants. I don't know. But as Jay-Z looked shook to answer the question, before he could answer the question, Harvey Weinstein stepped in front of the reporter and said, "We're not talking about any of that." Almost like standing up for Jay-Z. So it begs the question, what the hell type of relationship did Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein have, where Harvey Weinstein felt like he could step up and tell Jay-Z when or where he could answer whatever question? And then it was about Trump. And we know Trump's name has come up numerous times in the Epstein files, Bill Clinton, so many people. Nobody from Republicans or Democrats can get mad, because we seeing names, everybody name on that bitch. This one of those times where the MAGA can't, hey, it ain't about MAGA, Republican, Democrat, Kamala. It ain't about none of that, because we are seeing names from everywhere on that damn, in the Epstein files. Democrats, Republicans, old presidents, new presidents. Can nobody feel singled out? This is a terrible situation right now. But anyway, after I posted that clip and spoke about it, everybody and their mama, the clip went viral. Academics posted it. I had Summer Walker liked it. Gina Torres liked it. What's up, Chocolate? And I didn't know so many people were gonna repost that clip. Hey, what's up, Sarah? I didn't know so many people will repost that clip. And it was just Jay-Z walking on a Harvey Weinstein. But when I came across the clip, I said, man, Jay-Z, you got some explaining to do. Explaining to do. My brother, you know, he rap. My brother, a rapper. He had a song called about explaining to do it. It reminded me of Jay-Z because whether you guilty or innocent, Mr. Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, we need you to explain what the hell this situation in this relationship between you and Harvey Weinstein, because we're going to be unpacking it today. And obviously, I ain't the only one curious. See, a lot of times when I post stuff, I don't know if it's going to resonate with y'all or not. I post stuff that I feel like that make me say, hold up. What the hell is this about? If I run across something and it makes my brain say, hold up, what the hell is this about? Good morning, Philly. Thank you for the $25 holla, y'all. Philly, my girl from Philly. Tabitha says in that video, his face said it all. Talking about Jay-Z in that video with Weinstein, it definitely looked creepy. Now, you can't be mad at me for running across something that made me say, hold on, what the hell is this? If I run across some footage or some information that makes my brain say, hold up, what the hell is this about? I'm going to share it. And what do you know? I shared that video, and in just over 24 hours, it got 1 million views just on Instagram, a few 100,000 on TikTok, a few 100,000 on Facebook, just went completely viral. And I said, wow, people wondering the same thing I'm wondering. One of my co-hosts, C Tuck, said we gotta ask Jay-Z like the song Jay-Z had, Encore. Now what the hell are you waiting for? Like, what are you waiting for, Jay? Today we gonna walk through when Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein were seen together, some of the shared business ecosystems, the Rock Nation and Hollywood crossover, and what does that tell us about their relationship? Now, before understanding the connection, we need to understand the influence. Harvey Weinstein was one of the most powerful film producers in modern Hollywood history. He co-founded Miramax Films, later became the Weinstein Company. If you wanted awards, distribution, or mainstream credibility in Hollywood, you had to go through Harvey Weinstein. Allison Thomas, what's up? What is going on? Where's my Philadelphia family that just sent me the $25 holla? I don't see you in the chat, Allison. I'm sure you'll pop up. He helped, speaking of Harvey Weinstein, he helped produce Pulp Fiction, The King's Speech, Chicago, Good Will Hunting, a couple of other things. But behind that power of Harvey Weinstein was decades of sexual assault allegations that eventually exploded publicly in 2017 during the Me Too movement. Now, let's pivot to Jay-Z. Follow me, y'all. We're going on a long, short walk. Walk with me. Because to understand the connection between Jay-Z and Weinstein, you got to know a little bit about Jay-Z and how he was moving. Jay-Z was never just a rapper, y'all. By the early 2000s, he had expanded to film production, sports management, live entertainment, luxury brand partnerships, and eventually Roc Nation. Roc Nation became a full entertainment agency handling music artists, athletes, film and TV production, brand deals. So Jay-Z was entering Hollywood during the era when Weinstein dominated. The exact era that Harvey Weinstein dominated the entertainment that we just spoke about. This was the same era that Jay-Z entered his prime as far as his business dealing and his career. Now, the timing of this is extremely important because during the late 2000s and early 2010s, the music industry and Hollywood were blending together more than ever. So if you were somebody who was thirsty to get a piece of that pie and you wanted some film money, you wanted big entertainment money, you had to go through Harvey Weinstein. So in a sense, you had to sell your soul in more ways than one. Jay-Z attended numerous Hollywood events that Weinstein put on, and he was a special guest at a lot of those events, film premieres, award shows, charity, gala, Met galas, industry networking events, all the who's who celebrity Hollywood bullshit. You ain't see that. You didn't see that bullshit coming, did you? You know this no filter. I had to call it for what it is. All that industry elite crap. Now, the Weinstein Company worked on projects involving hip-hop soundtracks and artist partnerships. So Jay-Z's Roc Nation later became involved in film scoring and music placements, putting him right smack dab in the middle of Harvey Weinstein and all this Epstein nasty crap. If you want to pay, if you want to play, you got to pay. And a lot of times that pay ain't just money. That pay is with dealing with crooks, snakes, sexual assaults, perverts, predators, PDF files, pedophiles. Y'all know the words. Several public photos exist from the late 2000s and 2010s showing Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Weinstein together. So when you're in those same circles, the only thing holding them apart was space and opportunity to make more money. To really understand this story, you have to understand the entertainment power networks and how they operate. Hollywood, music, fashion, sports. If you were trying to finance films, if you were trying to pitch documentaries, if you were trying to place music, if you were trying to expand your talent agency, oh, your ass had to deal with Harvey Weinstein. Jay-Z at the time was aggressively expanding Roc Nation into multimedia entertainment during this time, so being present in those rooms wasn't unusual. See, if you understand how thirsty and hungry Jay-Z was to take Roc Nation to the next level, it won't be hard for you to understand the different things he may have looked past in order to get in bed, no pun intended, with a guy like Harvey Weinstein. Thank you for the $4.99. Thank you for the $4.99 $5 holler. Let me take a small little break to thank Tracy White. Flo on Theo this morning on God Headed to See the Mouse. Hope to take out CPL pedos while I'm there. Can you imagine? Do your thing, Tracy. Everybody show Tracy some love for showing me some love. What's up, Toby? I see you in the building. We breaking it down. We doing a deep dive. And follow me on this Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein, because I'm going to show you how Jay-Z could have avoided this if he wasn't putting money first. Now, Weinstein's allegations became public in 2017, and that was the time the whole industry faced scrutiny. Now, you know, Jay-Z went on a tour of supporting social justice issues, producing films, and funding legal reform. But many of the celebrities that attended these events were Weinstein simply because he controlled major film access, and it came back to bite him. See, the connection between Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein is not about just direct collaboration, but it's more about turning a blind eye or getting involved, whether he was involved with this situation with Harvey Weinstein, with all this craziness, sexual assaults, or at worst, he was involved. At best, he turned a blind eye. And this is why everybody's looking at him to this day. And I have an example of somebody around this time who didn't work with Harvey Weinstein because they vetted him and found out that he was a sexual pervert. And that young man, his name is Drake. Some of you might know Drake. So I'm going to take an excerpt from this Harvey Weinstein report with Drake. It was in an article in 2017 by the Hollywood Reporter, and it revealed that Jay worked with Weinstein multiple times while Drake rejected Weinstein over fear of sexual harassment claims before they were even made public. And the reason, before I go into this excerpt from this article, the reason why I'm bringing this up is if an artist like Drake found out and knew what the hell Harvey Weinstein with the itty bitty peenie was up to, then it's not far-fetched for us to believe Jay-Z knew exactly what Harvey Weinstein was up to. Jay-Z was in the game way longer than Drake and knew way more people than Drake, especially if we're talking about 2016, 2017. There's no excuse for Jay-Z. There's no excuse. He can't say he didn't know what the hell Harvey Weinstein was up to. We have an article right here that is from 2017. And I'll take a little piece out of it where it says, still cautionary tales abound. Jay-Z made a similar foray into Hollywood last year, but he bet on the wrong horse by aligning with, even then, financially troubled the Weinstein Company on projects including In the Heights, Richard Pryor, Is It Something I Said, and an untitled Trayvon Martin film. Now, these were all films that Jay-Z collaborated with Harvey Weinstein on. That's a whole lot of business to be doing with a known pervert. Given Harvey Weinstein's pariah status, those projects remain in doubt. Ironically, Weinstein chased Drake to star in to star in and produce a film called The Heist. Now, Harvey Weinstein had this big idea, big concept for this movie called The Heist. It was a film that he wanted Drake to star in and also produce. And he went at Drake every chance he could. He tried to get Drake to be a part of this film at all costs. But what did Drake do? Drake refused. And this was long before Harvey Weinstein had faced dozens of sexual harassment and assault claims. And the reason that he was turned down is because he was vetted. People with Drake, around Drake, they vetted him. And 5 people came back with feedback that working with Harvey Weinstein is a terrible idea. Now, why and how can an artist like Drake, who has nowhere near at this time, didn't know as many people as Jay-Z, and didn't have the respect in the industry that Jay-Z had, how are we supposed to believe that Drake was able to find out and knew information about Harvey Weinstein and stayed away from him, but Jay-Z didn't? Think about that. If Drake could find out what the hell Harvey Weinstein perverted ass was up to, why didn't Jay-Z? It's only one or two reasons. One reason, and which is the reason that a lot of people believe, one reason is Jay-Z was involved with Harvey Weinstein and doing this sexual perverted crap. Now, I can't say that's true or false. Time will reveal. Like I always say, you are innocent until proven guilty. But many of the public believe Jay-Z was involved in some of this shit with Harvey Weinstein. But let's just say, let's lay out all the scenarios. Let's say if Jay-Z didn't, even if he didn't commit different sexual stuff with Harvey Weinstein and these, I don't know, kids or grown women were violated. Just so many people were violated. Let's say everybody. So let's say Jay-Z wasn't involved in that. But it still doesn't absolve him, because you have a responsibility and a moral code to not deal with and align yourself with predatory or perverts. Let's go to the chat real quick. Isabella, I see you. Isabella say, I can say firsthand, as I have family who were in movies and modeling. Many movie directors do these awful things to women. Thank you for sharing that. Tracy say Flo is on the go. But which leads us to where we are now. As I said before, when the Diddy allegations were coming out, and Jay-Z got wrapped up into a child, a woman who said when she was a child, she said Jay-Z and Diddy did strange things to her sexually. Now, remember, Jay-Z was eventually dismissed from those accusations. But the problem is, and the problem that I have, and many people who follow my content, the problem we have is that Jay-Z stood on the mountain and screamed to the world that he had nothing to do with that, and was ready to go to court and sue whoever put him in the same breath as those allegations with Diddy. Fast forward to the Epstein allegations coming out, and all we hear are crickets. Y'all know what crickets sound like. That's all we hear. Y'all know it has to be pretty quiet for you to hear a cricket. And so if you don't speak out and explain yourself, what's going to happen is the world is going to start explaining for you. And that's where we are right now. Super Bowl coming up. There are many people threatening to boycott the Super Bowl. The NFL has serious heat on their hands, and it's because of a few things. Of course, this Jay-Z Epstein file situation where they have placed Jay-Z in close comfort with Harvey Weinstein. That don't look good for the NFL. Bad Bunny is the Super Bowl halftime performer. Now, many people who are really sensitive about upholding the Americans and upholding American and speaking good about Americans and everything like that, that crew or that crowd is upset at Bad Bunny because Bad Bunny spoke out about ICE at the Grammys. So now you got a lot of people want to boycott because Bad Bunny is performing. And the third reason is not just because Bad Bunny spoke out about ICE and Jay-Z caught up in this Epstein file and Harvey Weinstein and all of that, but it's a lot of people upset because there have been rumors or people are saying that Bad Bunny is going to be wearing a dress during his performance. Now you put all that up and put that all into a bunch and put it together. NFL is behind the scenes somewhat panicking right now. Now, Jay-Z was pretty much quiet and invisible during the Grammys. One of the biggest music events of the year, if not the biggest music event of the year. One of the biggest artists, Jay-Z, who had his record broken by Kendrick at this Grammys, to not hear a word, to not show up or be front and center at the Grammys, right after this Epstein stuff comes out, it just has everybody looking like, what the fuck is going on? Why aren't you saying anything? So now everybody is tuning in. What is the NFL gonna do? Will Jay-Z be front and center at this week's Super Bowl Sunday? Or will the NFL act like Jay-Z don't exist? This is the dilemma. Fire Glory. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. We had a couple dollars come through. Thank you, Fire Glory, for the $5 holla. Fire Glory says, good morning, Flo and all crews. Hope everyone is doing well. And Jay-Z had this coming. There was always talks about his doings. Thank you, Fire Glory, for the $5 holla. I appreciate it. Angelina says, hi, Flo. What's up, Angelina? Tara Carroll says, thought the NFL didn't like people speaking out against the government or law enforcement. Right. Tara made a good point. Tara says, I thought the NFL didn't like people speaking out against the government or law enforcement. It's definitely a lot of drama to unpack. And, you know, in one instance, I believe NFL likes this drama because it brings attention to the Super Bowl. But, you know, it's a thin line between attention, bringing good attention and bad attention. And sometimes, you know, you might bring the wrong attention and people might say, fuck you. And if you didn't hear, if you didn't hear last time I told you, but I heard through the grapevine, I heard it through the grapevine. Heard it through. Where my old schoolers at? Y'all, where my old school people who was out when that song was actually out? Y'all was actually listening to this when this song broke on the radio. I heard it through the grapevine. Lose my mind. Honey, whatever. Y'all know the old school song, heard it through the grapevine, but I heard it through the grapevine. The word on the street, word around the campfire is this next batch of Epstein files that they about to release is worse than anything they've ever released before. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they drop some type of crazy news tomorrow, right before the Super Bowl weekend. Now, I'm not gonna bet nobody no money on it. This ain't something that I'm guaranteeing. But don't be surprised if some crazy information or some crazy news is dropped tomorrow. Because like I said, they say this next batch of Epstein files is worse than anything that has been dropped. And I'm just sitting back like, oh crap. NFL got some sick. Oh, California Raisins. Somebody said the California Raisins. Yeah, y'all remember the California Raisins, right? Grandma Kathy says, oh my God, I have an old beach towel with the California Raisins on it. LOL. Yeah, you know I'm always going to take you back. Everybody say bye to Angelina. Angelina says she just wanted to say hi. Miss you too, Angelina. Do be well, be safe. This Super Bowl is going to be. It's a lot. Hey, look, it's a lot of anticipation and people are anxious of what the hell is going on. Somebody said strap your seatbelts up. I'm saying get your popcorn ready, get your nachos, your jalapenos. It's definitely going down. Definitely going down. But what I'm waiting on is to see what the NFL is going to do. What are they going to do with this situation with Jay-Z? The Jay-Z situation. And like I always say, man, what's looking bad with the whole Jay-Z thing is for him to not say anything, and then he had to, people say he dealt with Aaliyah when she was very young, Beyonce, Foxy Brown, even Rihanna. They talk about the time when Rihanna was signed. She didn't have any parents around or nothing. It was just Jay-Z and some other label execs. And a lot of people feel like it may have been Jay-Z's and Rihanna's relationship could have been inappropriate. But the bottom line is you can't have all this smoke and sit back and not say nothing. You can't be sit back, keeping quiet when we got all this crazy word going out. You got even allhiphop.com. And I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know when I posted this clip, I didn't know it was going to go viral like this. Like everybody's talking about this clip after I posted. Allhiphop.com says Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein footage explodes after Epstein files drop. In 2017, so that video that I posted of Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein on the red carpet was from 2017. And this is what All Hip Hop is talking about. A 2017 video of Harvey Weinstein protecting Jay-Z from tough questions went viral on social media this week. The footage gained millions of views after the Department of Justice dropped over 3 million Epstein files. The clip shows Democracy Now! Reporter Amy Goodman trying to ask Jay-Z about Donald Trump and mass incarceration. Weinstein quickly jumps into the shutdown mode and shuts down the interview. Harvey Weinstein says, "All right, guys, that's enough. Let's go. You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay. And as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else." Now, out of that quote, I don't have to be the one to tell y'all what 3 words made Jay-Z toast. Made his ass grass. Put him on the proverbial hot seat. Which 3 words you think I'm talking about? The 3 words that came out of Harvey Weinstein's mouth in 2017, and I quote, "He's my friend." He's your friend, Jay-Z. Now, some people might want to try to act like that ain't a big deal. But when you're talking about a man who was literally convicted of rape, I'm speaking about Harvey Weinstein, and other sexual deviant activities, which were all well known. When a guy like that calls you his friend, your ass got some splaining to do. Not explain, you got some splaining to do. SPLAINING. Splaining. Because splaining means we don't even got time to say explaining. That's too long. You got splaining to do right now. Because this guy is accused of the worst, nastiest, trifling, horrific things imaginable. And this guy is standing up for you, calling you his friend, Jay-Z. I don't want to hear what the crickets got to say. I want to hear what Jay-Z has to say. You can't just ignore this one. I'm sorry. Epstein and Weinstein, if you had a cup of coffee with Jeffrey Epstein or Weinstein, we want to know, was it decaffeinated? Did you put cream in it? What the hell did y'all talk about as y'all sipped that coffee? If you played Monopoly with Weinstein or Epstein and you are mentioned in these files, we want to know what man did you use? What property did you buy? Did you go bankrupt? Did you pass go? That is just how it goes. Don't get mad at us. Once a person becomes a known pervert, predator, PDF file, convicted rapist, anybody that has business or personal dealings with that person, especially if they're a public figure, we are gonna ask questions. How is that hard for some people to understand? He said, he's my friend, talking about Jay-Z. You can't just not address that, Mr. Sean Carter. I'm sorry. This is why it's creating a hailstorm. My last Jay-Z post in the last few days, they're over 3 or 4 million views. Because people are anxious to know what the hell you got to say. You had so much to say with the Diddy stuff, Jay-Z. Why so quiet now? In this video, Jay-Z looks, and I'm quoting the article, in this video, Jay-Z looks visibly uncomfortable as Weinstein takes control of the situation. When Goodman tries to ask about mass incarceration again, Weinstein cuts her off completely. We've done it. We've done it. Thanks, guys, he says, ending the interview. The footage went viral because Jay-Z's name appeared in the latest release of the Epstein files. An unverified 2019 FBI tip alleged that Weinstein sexually assaulted a woman at Jeffrey Epstein's Florida mansion in 1996 with Jay-Z present. The FBI document clearly states that the claim was unsubstantiated. No charges were filed against Jay-Z and no evidence supports the allegation. Legal experts stress that FBI tip line entries are raw, unverified reports from the public. But the timing couldn't be worse for Jay-Z. Now, Nicki Minaj has spent a week making crazy accusations against Jay-Z, calling him a ritualist, a pedophile, and amongst other things. Nicki Minaj claimed that Jay-Z and accused Jay-Z of being involved in satanic rituals and child abuse. Crazy, crazy, crazy allegations. The crazy thing is, all of these people were, and Nicki Minaj included, they were all thick as thieves. And now this shit started hit the fan. The celebrities are spreading like roaches when you cut the lights on. Now, some of y'all may not have seen no roaches in y'all life, but back in the hood, when you cut that light on, the roaches start running all over the place. And that's what these celebrities doing. Like Nicki Minaj. When did you find out about these rituals that you claim happened? Did you just find out about them last week? Or are you just having selective outrage? Or are you just wanting to throw Jay-Z under the bus now? See, that's my problem. And we won't find we couldn't find out information without people coming forward. So, I really don't like asking the question why they're saying something now, because many times people come out after the fact. But when you're a celebrity and you've been making money and benefiting from this shit for years, I'm sorry. You still just as accountable. To me, Nicki Minaj just as accountable as Jay-Z. Because if he had been doing rituals or satanic stuff or whatever, you ain't never say nothing about it before. So now you think we just gonna jump all over and be on your side? No, I appreciate the information, but I don't cut no slack to these celebrities who've been benefiting from this shit for years, and now they want to try to call people out as if they weren't enabling the shit, as if they weren't cool with it as long as their pockets were getting lined. So although I appreciate Nicki Minaj for sharing information that she believes is truthful, whatever, but I still look at you and say, well, I'm sure you didn't find this out last week. I'm sure you knew about this years ago. I'm sure Nicki Minaj knew about this years and years ago. And now, because she has a problem with Jay-Z, and Jay-Z wouldn't line her pockets, now she feels is the time to share whatever information she thinks she has or knows. Like I said, I appreciate the information, but I'm not letting any of these celebrities off the hook who've been eating and making money and everything off our expense, at our expense. And now they want to be high and mighty. We don't cut no slack on that. I was looking forward to the Super. I ain't gonna say I was. I'm still am looking forward to the Super Bowl. One of the show's favorite supporters, Grandma Kathy, her Seattle Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. So I'm hoping that she enjoys it. She's been screaming about the Seattle Seahawks all day. Let me go to the chat. Somebody the eighth of eight says that part, Flo. She was down with the program for years. Yeah, I'm not here for these celebrities that's trying to come out and speak out on this now. Now you want to say something, and I'm talking about you speaking out on some stuff, talking about abusing kids, satanic rituals, sacrificing babies, and all of that. You didn't feel like that was something you should have spoke about before? You kept that hush hush? You kept that hush hush, Nicki Minaj? How do you keep something like that hush hush? Teresa says, when it no longer benefits them, they start to turn like a worm. True. And see, that's why I don't get caught up in thinking that they doing some good Samaritans thing. Like, okay, thank you for the information, Nicki Minaj, but you still in the same boat with them. You went with this program. Matter of fact, Nicki Minaj was trying so hard for Jay-Z to do business with her before all this came out. It really makes me look at Nicki Minaj sideways. Because knowing in your mind, and I'm speaking from Nicki Minaj's mind, you said Jay-Z abused kids, sacrificed babies, satanic rituals, all of this. But you knew that And at the same time, you were begging Jay-Z to do business with him, to do business with the title situation. Back when Jay-Z brought the title situation to artists, Nicki Minaj begged and pleaded, and then got mad when Jay-Z didn't deal with her in the way that he wanted her to deal with her. And then it went from all of that to talking about all this satanic stuff. And like I said, appreciate the information, but I just can't give y'all celebrities who benefited from this for years. I can't give y'all a pass. I'm sorry. Side note, Diddy got a nasty lawsuit that just dropped. I don't know if y'all saw it, about a guy named Otis who was a sex worker I don't know if he worked for a website called Cowboys for Angels. It's like a man companion thing. I've read an article about it, about this story, and apparently Diddy violated the guy, stuck his thumb up his behind and all type of stuff. And even the guy's boss, Otis's boss at the Cowboys for Angels, told him to basically do whatever Diddy wanted him to do, and told him that Diddy held his career in the palm of his hands. So basically, he was supposed to do whatever Diddy wanted, and Diddy violated him, stuck his itty bitty Tootsie Roll up his rear end and all type of stuff. You got to read the article yourself. It's nasty. But the bottom line is, this guy claimed, his name is Otis, claimed that Diddy threatened his life. But this guy even left something on Diddy's Instagram back in 2000, I don't know, 17, 18, 16, somewhere in there. And after he did that, Diddy threatened his life. So look up that. I don't want to go into that article. It's very nasty. But look up the sex worker named Otis, who is suing Diddy. And he said the only reason he's only suing him now is because Diddy is locked up and now he feels safe. So this celebrity world is falling down brick by brick. House of Cards is falling. The veil has been lifted. The curtain has been pulled down. And it's time to rip this thing down to the studs. If you with me on that mission, then stay rocking with me on the Flow Show No Filter every day, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. And you also can catch me on social media, dropping content every day on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Flow Daddy Flow. Y'all know the name. It's a wrap. Thank you for rocking with me, y'all. Oh, it feels good to have the people behind me.
Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Flow Show, baby. Giving you these thoughts, views, and opinions, making sure backsides covered, no Diddy. Shout out to the Wake and Bakers and the Coffee Crew. From YouTube to Spotify, I love all my subscribers. Can't forget about the trolls in the comments. Thank you for putting extra eyes on the content. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in. Yeah, it's the Flow Show. No filter. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, tap in.
And as always, 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 I love y'all, but I'm